Hello and welcome to Fresh Face One Shots. My name is Joey,
I'm Jacob.
and today we are continuing / beginning our coverage of Batman: The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween. It's a thing. It's the first issue, first official issue of The Last Halloween, the supposed final chapter in the Long Halloween saga. What a great first issue! Again, I shouldn't be surprised. I really shouldn't be surprised, but what a great first issue! Oh my god!
There were a lot of surprises about this issue.
I would also like to recall our zero issue discussion, in which I have to reiterate once again that I think both of us were a little worried that this was a cash grab on, the memory of Tim Sale, but no, this is still a great fucking story, and Jeff Loeb still fucking has it, and it's so good. It's such a great first issue.
This first issue, more than the zero issue, is actual story setup.
But still also very much following on zero issue / Long Halloween special things. Mostly in regards to Two-Face.
Long Halloween special is one of those. It's / zero issue is one of those things that I feel like could have just stood on its own and not led to this.
Oh yeah, I mean it was originally written to sort of stand on its own. But yeah.
And also, so our artist for this issue is Eduardo Risso.
Yes, who oh my god, has a wonderful style for this first issue, I think.
Blends really nicely with Dave Stewart's colors, because Dave Stewart is back on coloring, and it is that magical Dave Stewart colors. I think Risso does a great job of not trying to copy Tim Sale's style at all.
Yeah, well, still, and I think this has a lot to do with the artists that were chosen for this project, for the interiors on all these issues. Is that they do kind of have this quality to their art that can be read, I think, as an homage to Tim Sale still.
Yeah, I mean, part of that I think also is just the way Stewart colors. Some of that is.
There's that, and also I think you're when you're drawing a Jeff Loeb script, I think this just kind of happens. You end up you know what you're influenced by, you know what this is building on, and so I think
unless you're Jim Lee,
true.
Then you're just doing
Jim
Lee art,
Lee,
which is amazing art. But I don't think Jim Lee in Hush did the Loeb Sale vibe.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Hush was still pretty separate from the Long Halloween saga. All that said, though, let's actually get into this.
Let's get into this.
Small continuity thing. Okay, so this is actually Dick Grayson has actually been Robin for about 2 years now, pretty much, right? I think that's the implication here, because it's the Halloween that happened after Dark Victory from the Long Halloween special, and this is the next Halloween after that. So
I think so.
I think that's what we're going with here. But I mean, he's still little enough. But also, holy fuck, this 2-page spread with Two-Face and Gilda. Oh my god, that opens our second and third page of the issue. Holy shit, just Eduardo Risso, fucking wonderful. I really can't say much more than that. It's so good, so good. Also, just still gushing over how much I guess I missed Jeff Loeb narration, which is just so I can never find the right word for it, but it is so repetitive.
Film noir?
Film noir, yeah, but in that really repetitive, punchy way that just it drills down on this information, and it makes it so much more distinct, so much more impactful. I think it really hits home. And yeah, I love this. It's so good.
And you know what? I think this is an issue. I don't think Loeb has juggled as many characters in one issue so well. Because this thing, we are juggling Two-Face and Gilda.
Yeah.
Gordons.
Although they're not in it much.
No, but they are still kind of. What I'm trying to get at is this is where I don't think there's a page wasted.
Oh yeah. And really and I think also, there are a lot of characters, but it's 3 groups of characters. You have the Dents, the Gordons, and Batman and Robin. I think that's because you're following them in groups rather than trying to follow all their individual stories. I think that's where this is really still able to tell a coherent story.
Still, I think there's still some nice separation even within some of those groups. Like, I think there's some nice separation between Bruce and Dick. Like,
yeah, that's true.
I am so happy we're getting Jeff Loeb writing Dick Grayson Robin, like, post origin, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah. It feels kind of weird. First off, because this is part of the Long Halloween saga, and so much of that saga is associated with Batman on his own. But this still feels so cool. I think because it is so unique. Also, as far as the Gordons go, also a small continuity thing. We're now like 5 Halloweens out from little Jim Jr. being born. So he's a little 5-year-old, and he's dressed as Batman. He's going out for Halloween, and I kind of love that. I like actually following Jim Jr. growing up and going out on his own. I really appreciate that. I mean, not on his own, obviously, because he's still with his parents.
Well, until we get the inciting. What I'm gonna call this our like saga's insight. This is going to be our inciting incident. It is that James Gordon Jr. is kidnapped on Halloween night.
Yes, and also, you know what I fucking love about this? I think it's page 7 of the digital issue. I love when he's kidnapped. The panel that reveals it is Gordon turning around, and I swear it's framed exactly like a holiday killing. The kidnapping itself is framed like a holiday killing, the way that panel is drawn. Beautiful, love it, with the candy on the ground, gorgeous. Just, oh my god. I feel like these are going to be like so much more in depth than our usual one shots, because I know, like, when we talk about this, we talk really passionately about it, because it is a saga of Batman comics that means so much to us. Not just because it was the first ever comic we did on the podcast, but because I think Loeb is a writer that we've analyzed so much through our journey through Fresh Face Comics and now shots.
I'd argue it helped. It was one of the first things that kind of helped me understand Batman as a larger character outside of the film. Because
that's true.
Did.
Yeah,
and also, Dark Victory just made me love Dick Grayson Robin even more, and be like, no. We need Robins.
So yeah. Anyway, so we find Batman and Robin find Catwoman inside.
Also, okay, there is this. Speaking of Dick Grayson Robin, before we even get to the Catwoman bit, Dick giving himself little bat ears, like.
Yes, yeah, I love it. He's like out in the rain. He has like the fingers up by his head. It's so good. Yeah, so cool. But yeah, they find Catwoman inside Carmine the Roman Falcone's old penthouse, and she is there, looking at an old picture of Carmine and
very
imagining
old picture of Carmine.
Yes, where it is believed that in the original portrait there was a baby in his wife's lap,
and I mean, I'd argue they're
taken out.
Definitely was, because we learned that our sort of last remaining Falcone, Mario Falcone, has been living in this apartment, and the way Mario is framed in shadow is fascinating. Because I'm like, okay,
because he's meant to look like Carmine is the idea. When he goes to confront Catwoman, like he's framed in shadow at first. Her dialogue is written like she's talking to Carmine. Because also if you haven't read Catwoman When in Rome, or any of her larger story in written by Jeff Loeb, Catwoman believes that Carmine Falcone to be her real father. Something I love also that we just never get a definitive answer on. It's beautiful, love it, great stuff. But through all this, Robin goes after Catwoman inside the penthouse. Catwoman jumping out, and I love the way this next sequence is framed. First off, gorgeous 2-page spread. Eduardo Risso still just crushing it. Very Sale. Love it. It's awesome. But we get this sequence where the panels are so deliberately drawn to leave out, I think, really important information, but still give enough to so as to lead us on a little bit. We have Robin getting taken by the neck by these I forget what the actual name of them is, the string ball things that Catwoman has. I can't think of their name. They're a weapon in the Arkham games, and I can't think of what they're called. Anyway,
and it's framed so interestingly as is Catwoman trying to like kill Robin, or is this just part of game and it's kind of intentionally unclear?
Also, may I say, this is also framed in the way that Jim Jr. being stolen framed to look like a holiday killing. Does this not kind of look like a hangman killing? Just for a second?
I mean, you're not wrong. There's
like
hanging...
one of the panels, especially that really real close up when it first hits Robin's neck. Like I think it's kind of meant to look like that. But yeah, Robin lands. Catwoman, in the meantime, it seems, and we don't see a body. This is the important thing. Catwoman, it seems, has been shot and fallen off of a rooftop. And
this is one that is explicitly, I mean, it's not done in the dialogue. Well, it is kind of done in the dialogue, but that's explicitly hinted at to be a holiday killing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first using our inverted. Yeah.
Yeah, it says holiday. We get a great black and white panel where the only color in it is the smashed pumpkin with the 22 pistol next to it. So they're definitely looking at Catwoman's body, right? It's framed so interestingly, which is what I really love about this. And also that wonderful thing that Jeff Loeb does, where after each issue it just keeps you thinking and talking about it forever and ever. But yeah, I like they are, right? Or am I misreading something? How much information is actually being left out? Is what I'm wondering here.
That's the question. We don't quite know.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. So good. Meanwhile, the police are looking into the disappearance of James Gordon Jr. This is was this a character that was in any of the previous Long Halloween or Dark Victory, the one that Barbara's talking to here, Detective Lopez? Well, I feel like she was in it before.
Yeah,
wasn't she?
Was she
was she on the task force?
Yeah, she was in Dark Victory.
Yeah, okay, that sounds right. Yeah.
I don't remember her being in Long Halloween though.
I don't think she was.
It's been a while though since I've
read. No, I'll just have to reread Long Halloween and Dark Victory. Whatever.
I mean, reading. I am so tempted just to do that.
Tis the season. But yeah, looking into James Jr.'s disappearance. I love the last panel here after she yells at Detective Lopez.
Well, because it looks like we're gonna get some actual focus on Barbara Gordon. I don't want to say senior because in this continuity,
I don't think that's the right word. Because also, it's not her. Because
in this continuity, Batgirl Barbara Gordon is the niece.
And oh my god, I love this next scene then with the bat signal and Batman talking to Gordon, and just the way Gordon is drawn here, it just beautiful shit. And the way Gordon kind of lashes out at Batman, like throwing it back in his face, like, what if they took Robin? And he just immediately recognizes that there's something wrong in the way that he's approaching this. I love the way that Loeb has always written the developing relationship of Batman and Gordon. I think it's really, really cool to see.
I mean, they're both parents.
Yeah.
One of them is losing a child. The other nearly lost a child.
One of them is also that second one is very much a new father. So yeah, interesting stuff. But then we cut to the sewers and we see. Also, I love that after all this time, Grundy is still standing outside of Harvey and Gilda's little hideaway in the sewers. Still standing.
He's Harvey's friend.
He is a friend. But then Grundy is attacked. There's a chain, also I think meant to look like a hangman killing, that goes around Grundy's neck. He's dragged off the side, and Two-Face and Gilda are met to the site of what seem to be Joker goons. Also, very Dark Knight Joker goons, I think.
I feel like someone remembers that they were the inspiration for a decent chunk of the Dark Knight, and wanted to pay tribute to that.
I really love that, because also for our very first Fresh Ice Comics episode, for adapted material, we watched The Dark Knight, which also is kind of cool, just bringing that back around here. But also, I also just love the the nature of this being like, inspiring the Dark Knight and then in turn being inspired by the Dark Knight. Great ending here. Two-Face is fucking shot, and we don't. It's implied that there is someone we know behind the Joker mask being taken off at the end here. We don't know who it is.
Maybe it's supposed to be Mario Falcone, but
could be.
I don't know if that quite makes sense, but it also very much could. It's a thing. Yeah, that's where we end this. It's
beautiful. I love it. I love it. I need more. I love it.
I also was Harvey shot twice?
It kind of looks like that, but also it's possible that the one in his head is just like a spattering of blood, and I don't know. It could be a second shot, but I don't know.
Oh. There's also a nice little one page.
Oh yeah, I think with Eduardo Riso.
Yeah, a little. I hope all these issues.
Oh god, the Klaus Janson one next time. I can't wait for the Klaus Janson one next time. Yes. Oh my god. Mwah. Oh god, I love it so much. Oh, welcome back to Long Halloween. I love it so much. Oh man, I need more.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. It's a great start.
Yeah.
I am still going to try to be my usual analytical self, but
you come on. How can you? How can you? You're just gonna fall in love, really.
I mean, look, Klaus. Next month has Klaus Janson drawing with Dave Stewart coloring.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Also,
we haven't mentioned Richard Starkings yet.
Yes, Richard Starkings, who is, I think, also a lot of the look and feel of Long Halloween and Dark Victory and When in Rome and now Last Halloween is
just a legendary letterer in his own right.
Oh yeah, Richard Starkings' career is obviously not confined to the Long Halloween saga, but so much I think of what people think of when they think of the Long Halloween, with narration being such an important factor in it, is the way the letters are done. Like it's so distinctive, and the fact that it's the same team, obviously with one major exclusion. I think it is as meaningful a conclusion as we can get, I believe. But all that said, I would be remiss also if I didn't remind you to watch The Penguin, please. The first episode was so good, and we're also doing Crime Family Falcone things that are very Tim Sale inspired, Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale inspired. You just watch it, Jacob, please. Anyway, I think that does it. Man. Thank you all so much for watching. Check out other Fresh Face one-shots we do. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Batman the Brave and the Bold by Various, because of mythology. We're also coming upon the end of the summer DC event of 2024, Absolute Power. The final issue comes out early next month, it's coming out in September. So yeah, early next month. And then we're done with that. We're also coming upon the end of the Batman miniseries, Death in the Family, Robin Lives, the alternate timeline in which Jason Todd survived. We're also covering this, obviously, for the foreseeable future, for the next 10-ish months. And also we're covering The Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone, which has been great so far. We have a new video on that coming out tomorrow. Also, Fresh Face Solos is a thing I started recently, where I cover things I read in my spare time, and I'm slowly catching up on Jenna McKay's X-Men to sort of go along with our Uncanny X-Men coverage, and otherwise, also the main podcast, Fresh Face Comics. We're in the middle of Flash Fall right now. We're covering a bunch of Flash things. We're finishing up the entirety of New 52 Flash, so lots of exciting things coming with that. And also follow us on our socials. Our link trees will be in the description below. You can check us out there. Follow us if you want to follow us. Subscribe to the channel. Blood Donut Studios. It means a lot to us. And I think that does it. So thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan,
Jacob Licklider,
and goodbye.
Goodbye.